Hello, welcome to TrendPulse. Today we're going to explore how Mexico is adapting its trade strategy in the face of tariff threats from Donald Trump and his America First agenda. Mexico, one of the largest economies in Latin America, relies heavily on its trade with the United States, but Trump's recent policies are pushing the country to seek new markets. We will analyze how Mexico is diversifying its exports, strengthening ties with Europe, Asia, and Latin America, and what this means for its economy and the region. We will include key data, insights from Mexican experts, and a special focus on industries like automotive. Let's get started. Current context, March 2025. Since Donald Trump assumed his second term in January 2025, he has imposed 25% tariffs on Mexican goods, citing concerns about migration and drug trafficking. Although there was a temporary pause after negotiations with President Claudia Sheinbaum, the threat remains. This impacts Mexico, whose trade with the United States reached $839.9 billion in 2024, according to the United States Trade Representative. With more than 80% of its exports directed to the United States, Mexico is in a vulnerable position, but it also has an opportunity to diversify. Mexico is not standing idly by. Here are three key approaches it is taking. 1. Strengthening ties with the European Union, EU. Mexico modernized its global agreement with the EU in January 2025, eliminating tariffs on agricultural products like avocados and coffee, and facilitating trade in machinery and vehicles. In 2023, exports to the EU were 29 billion euros, according to data from the European Commission. This is great news for Mexican producers, especially in the agricultural sector, who now have a broader market in Europe. 2. Growth of trade with China. Trade with China grew by 22% in 2024, reaching $87.59 billion, with Mexico exporting minerals and machinery, according to the Observatory of Economic Complexity. However, there is a debate. Some in the United States believe that Mexico might be serving as a bridge for Chinese products to evade tariffs, which could complicate this relationship. 3. Looking at Latin America and beyond. Mexico has 13 trade agreements with 50 countries, including Japan and Latin American nations. Products like coffee and avocados are gaining ground in these markets, according to the Global MX portal of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This not only reduces dependence on the United States, but also strengthens regional integration in Latin America. In 2023, Mexico exported $603 billion globally, with $243 billion to the United States. The automotive sector, vital for Mexico, generated $181.4 billion in exports to the United States in 2024, but Trump's tariffs on steel and aluminum are pushing companies to seek other markets. Agricultural exports to the EU, such as avocados, reached $184 million in 2019 and continue to grow. Impact on key industries. Automotive. Trump's tariffs impact car production, which relies on steel and aluminum. Companies like Ford and Volkswagen are exploring exporting more to Europe and Asia to maintain their competitiveness. Agriculture. Products like avocados and coffee are finding new markets in the EU and Latin America, benefiting small Mexican producers. We spoke with Mexican economists to better understand this transition. Victor Gomez Ayala, a professor at ITAM, says,
Proximity to the United States is an advantage, but diversifying is essential to avoid relying on a single market.
On the other hand, Guillermo Malpica, former USMCA negotiator, suggests that Mexico must negotiate firmly, defending its interests while seeking new opportunities. These voices in Spanish reflect the urgency and potential of this strategy. For our viewers in Latin America, this topic is crucial. If Mexico manages to diversify its trade, it could inspire countries like Colombia or Peru to strengthen their own regional and global ties. Imagine a future where Latin America is less dependent on the United States and more economically united. Mexico is at a pivotal moment. Trump's tariffs are a challenge, but also an opportunity to reinvent itself. By diversifying towards Europe, China, and Latin America, Mexico not only protects its economy, but also sets an example for the region. What do you think? Do you believe Mexico can reduce its dependence on the United States? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to TrendPulse for more analyses like this. See you in the next video.